Top 5 Historical Dictators. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome, and consider subscribing to my channel by clicking that little bell notification below. Since the beginning of time, there have been wars and power struggles. Even now, we have difficulties in both domestic conflicts and foreign relations. However, corrupt political figures have repeatedly held office. Dictators like Joseph Stalin and Saddam Hussein committed atrocities beyond the borders of war and genocide. Although we believe that history will never happen again, we must remember our past, including bad moments. These 5 dictators are the worst rulers in human history. Which of the 5 do you think is the most frightening? Number 5. Francisco Franco. Francisco Franco, the Spanish captain general who ruled Spain from 1939 to 1975, was the country's highest military official. The fierce conservative Franco vehemently opposed the formation of the Second Spanish Republic in 1931. In 1936, Franco and other Spanish generals captured the army against the newly elected left-wing government. After winning the Civil War in 1939, Franco enacted rules banning his political rivals and struggles. During his reign, he killed about 200,000 people. Number 4. Kim Jong Il. Kim Jong Il implemented a military-first strategy that prioritized the country's military. During his rule, North Korea had one of the world's famines. Despite the uncertainty, it's believed that between 1993 and 2000, nearly 600,000 people were killed by famine. He was eventually charged with significantly worsening the famine. A Human Rights Watch assessment from 2004 referred to Kim Jong Il's North Korea as the world's most restrictive nation. According to several foreign groups, more than 200,000 political detainees were housed in North Korea prison camps in 2011. Number 3. Pol Pot. Pol Pot was a dictatorial politician who served Kampuchea as prime minister and head of the Communist Party from 1963 to 1981. He controlled the country between 1976 and 1979. In 1953, Pol Pot joined Marxist-Leninist organization that attempted to depose Cambodia's King Norodom Sihanouk. He was motivated by figures like Joseph Stalin. The movement was turned into a political party under his direction and named the Communist Party of Kampuchea. In 1975, it acquired total dominance of Cambodia. Following his Maoist philosophy, Pol Pot desired to transform Cambodia into an agricultural socialist state. Half of Cambodia's population, around 2 million, are believed to have been killed between 1975 and 1979 by him. Number 2. Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein, one of the greatest dictators of the 20th century, seized control of Iraq in 1979 and held it until 2003. As soon as Saddam came to power, he seized control of the country's financial and oil operations, which significantly boosted Iraq's economy in the 1980s. When he was in power, Iraq invaded Kuwait and its neighbor Iran. More than 500,000 people have been killed in the nearly 8-year-old Iran-Iraq conflict. Under his tight control in Iraq, paramilitary security forces killed 250,000 Iraqis, many of them members of Kurdish and Shia Muslim communities. Although Saddam was publicly condemned for his war crimes, he was supported by many Arabs because he opposed both Israel and the United States. Number 1. Joseph Stalin. One of the most well-known individuals in the early 20th century Soviet political scene was Joseph Vissarionovich Stalin. He was very important in the Russian Civil War, which broke out soon after the Bolsheviks took control in 1917. Stalin led significant military actions from 1918 through 1923, ordering a number of mass killings to further the Bolshevik narrative. He once commanded to burn down an entire hamlet with his soldiers. Stalin imposed a centralized command economy after seizing absolute power in the nation in 1924, which ultimately caused the Great Famine in 1932. In order to suppress his political rivals and his counter-revolutionaries, Stalin began the infamous Great Purge, also known as the Great Terror. Up to 1 million people died as a result of the Stalinist tyranny. So, that's all for today's video. If you made it this far, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.